Good evening, everyone. My name is Isha Kaiser, and welcome to Campus Nightly. Tonight, we'll be covering a developing story involving a National Guard shooting here in the United States, a look at the 2026 Oscars, a fire at Chris's Diner, and SAB's spring concert featuring Malcolm Todd. We will also be joined by a special guest, Seton Hall student Jackie Littlewinski, who has gained experience working with NBC Sports, ESPN, and Fox Sports University. This is Campus Nightly. Back here in the United States, authorities are continuing to investigate a shooting involving a member of the Louisiana National Guard that has sparked national attention and raised questions about safety and training protocols. The incident occurred earlier this month at Jackson Barracks in New Orleans when an 18-year-old National Guard member was involved in shooting that left a fellow soldier injured. Local law enforcement responded to the scene and launched an immediate investigation into the circumstances surrounding the event. Officials say they are working to determine the exact cause through preliminary reports suggest the shooting was accidental. The soldier involved has been booked on a charge of negligent injuring as military leaders review the events leading up to the discharge. The National Guard has released a statement saying they are cooperating fully with local police and are committed to transparency as the investigation proceeds. The incident has prompted fresh discussions about military training procedures and the responsibilities of service members operating in both military and civilian areas. Officials say additional details regarding the victim's conditions and potential disciplinary actions will be released as the investigation continues in the coming days.
I would tip.
Was it rolling?
Oh yeah, that was great.
In entertainment news, Hollywood celebrated the biggest night in film last night as the 98th Academy Awards wrapped up at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California. The ceremony brought together some of the biggest names in the film industry, with actors, directors, and filmmakers gathering to celebrate the year's most outstanding movies. The night's biggest winner was One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, which took home the evening's top honor, Best Picture. Anderson also won Best Director, marking his first Academy Award in the category after years of nominations. During his acceptance speech, Anderson joked with the audience saying, "You make a guy work hard for one of these." The award for Best Picture was presented by Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor, who reunited on stage to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the film Moulin Rouge. But the night wasn't a complete sweep. The film Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, entered the night with a record-breaking 16 nominations and also scored several major wins. Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor for his performance playing twin characters Smoke and Stack. History was also made when Autumn Durrell's Arkapaw became the first woman ever to win the Oscar for Best Cinematography for her work on the film. Other major moments from the night included Jessie Buckley winning Best Actress for her role in Hamnet, making history as the first Irish woman to win the category. In a rare moment of the Academy Awards, there was also a tie for Best Live Action Short Film, the first since 2013 between the singers and two people exchanging saliva. The Netflix film K-pop Demon Hunters also made history, winning Best Animated Feature, while its song Golden became the first K-pop song ever to win Best Original Song. The song was performed live during the ceremony by Ray Ami and Audrey Nuna in one of the night's most energetic performances. Meanwhile, Sean Penn won Best Supporting Actor for his role in one battle after another. However, he was not present at the ceremony. Reports indicate Penn was traveling to Ukraine at the time. Comedian Conan O'Brien returned as host for his second year, opening the show with a comedic sketch that set the tone for the evening. The night also features several memorable moments, including a reunion of the Bridesmaids cast and an emotional in memoriam tribute honoring legendary figures in the film industry. The Academy Awards continues to be one of the most prestigious events in entertainment, celebrating the art of filmmaking and talent behind the year's biggest moves. Coming up, we have Campus Nights with Manny Pereira. We'll be right back.
Good evening, Pirates. My name is Manny Pereira, telling you what to look forward to over the next few days on campus. This is Campus Events. We're more than halfway through Women's History Month. On Thursday, March 19th, Unidos Bailamos is hosting a fundraiser at the UC from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will be selling flowers that won't die. Well, that's because they're made out of pipe cleaners. Go ahead and buy a flower for yourself or as a fun and unique gesture for someone that you care about. All proceeds will go towards raising funds for Hispanic women's higher education through the 100 Hispanic Women's National Incorporation. The organization is committed towards helping Latinas be innovative and maximize their potential. After grabbing a flower, stick around the UC to participate in the Seton Hall Student Nurses Association's Compassion Packages event. Look for their table from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and make your own care package for oncology patients. Whether you have a passion for the medical field, know someone who has cancer, or just want to plant a seed of encouragement for a stranger, head to Table 4 in the UC and make a care package with SNA. Commuters, it's time to turn your concerns into requests. On Tuesday, March 21st, SHU Commutes is inviting all commuting students for drop-ins. Commuter ambassadors want to hear from you. Stop by their table in the UC between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. to ask questions, share ideas, and give feedback. If you have a class, make sure you send the messenger so you have your voice heard. For more information on what's going on around campus, check out the Engage Chicklet on your PirateNet dashboard so that you can stay up to date on what's going on around campus. My name is Manny Pereira. Back to you, Isha.
For all, forever. A promise that began 170 years ago and still guides us today. A legacy of knowledge, faith, and transformation, born of vision, built on community. We are one university with one mission, to create an immensity of future good, as Mother Seton once hoped, to prepare minds, to open doors, to lead with compassion. This is Seton Hall. Driven by purpose, united by faith, reason, and possibility. And now, a campaign to elevate every Setonian, for all, forever. A historic goal to touch every corner of our university and every member of our community. We prepare leaders through scholarship. We enrich education through immersive experience and global reach. We strengthen our cornerstones with academic excellence, research, and faith. Because every gift touches every student, today and for generations to come. For opportunity, for discovery, for community. Join us in shaping the next 170 years. For all, forever. A campaign for a greater Seton Hall.
In local news, a devastating 3-alarm fire at a South Orange staple has left the community in shock. Chris's Diner, a beloved fixture at 51 East South Orange Avenue, was the site of a major blaze this weekend that drew a massive response from across Essex County. The fire reportedly erupted around 3 p.m. Saturday on the building's second floor. Smoke quickly filled the downtown area as the South Essex Fire Department called for backup from 7 neighboring towns, including Newark, Orange, and Milburn. Firefighters faced the treacherous conditions, including a partial roof collapse that forced crews to evacuate the structure. The flames also spread to adjoining businesses, damaging both Ambiance Jewelers and Gladys Nail Salon. South Orange Avenue was shut down for hours between Sloane Street and Scotland Road as crews worked to contain the damage. Mayor Sheena Collum confirmed the blaze was fully extinguished by 5:15 p.m. While the building sustained significant structural damage, officials report no injuries to residents or first responders. The cause remains under investigation. Chris's Diner has been a go-to gathering spot for generations of Seton Hall students and local commuters. Tonight, the community is rallying behind the owners, hoping this core piece of the village can eventually reopen its doors. In campus news, Seton Hall Students Activities Boards, also known as SAB, has pronounced the performer for this year's annual Onward Spring Concert. This year's artist will be Malcolm Todd, a 22-year-old American singer, songwriter, and record producer who has built a large following through social media and streaming platforms. SAB officially announced Todd as the headlining performer on March 12, following days of teasers and student speculation about who would perform at the event. The concert will take place on March 31st at 7 p.m. in the Richie Regan Athletic Center here on campus. Malcolm Todd is best known for viral songs such as Our House, Roommates, Sweet Boys, and Earrings, which have gained popularity online, particularly on TikTok. His music combines R&B, indie pop, and bedroom pop influences, appealing to a younger audience and college listeners. Todd has released 2 albums so far, Sweet Boy in 2024 and Malcolm Todd in 2025, which later received a deluxe edition titled Malcolm Todd Still. Todd is arriving at the hall just weeks after releasing his hit single Breathe. The announcement follows days of campus speculation, with students on social media predicting everyone from Charli XCX to Pitbull. According to SAB, Malcolm Todd was selected because of his growing popularity among college students and his strong online fan base. Tickets for the concert went on sale today at 12 p.m., available for purchase at the University Center box office and online. Student tickets are $5, while alumni and staff can attend for $20. Guest tickets are also available for $30. The event is one of the university's largest spring traditions and is expected to draw a large crowd of students. Coming up next, we are joined by special guest Seton Hall student journalist Jackie Litowinski. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Seton Hall University's Pirates Pitch is back. Join us on Wednesday, April 8th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. at the University Center Theater. Watch as our top student entrepreneurs pitch their innovative business ideas to a panel of successful alumni, entrepreneurs, and faculty judges, competing for $16,000 in seed funding and pro bono legal services. As an attendee, you get to vote for your favorite team. Be part of the innovation, be part of the excitement, be part of Pirates Pitch 2026.
Welcome back. My name is Evangeline Rindone, and joining us now is Seton Hall student and journalist Jackie Litowinski, who has built an impressive resume working with major media organizations, including NBC Sports, ESPN, and Fox News Sports University. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, Jackie, I think to start, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into media and PR?
Absolutely. So, I'm a senior PR and journalism double major here. I wasn't originally a double major here, but I think my experience at a communications-themed high school really inspired me for what I was going to do here. And I started in PR. I loved the programs that CHDCM offered, like CHAMP, and the internship opportunities that come with being so close to New York City. So I think that was a huge green flag for me coming in here. And as I started my work more with the Setonian, I eventually added the second major of journalism, and that's been me ever since. So I'm loving it.
Yeah. Can you fill us in a little bit on what like Champ and Mentorship programs have done for you as you've built your career?
Absolutely. I mean, the people I've met here and the alumni network are incredible. Like I speak with Bob Lee regularly, and he's my ESPN kind of hero. And when I got the job at ESPN eventually, he was such a guiding force in making sure that I was doing well. If I had any questions for him, like he was just amazing. And that's the case for so many people here. I've connected with John Fanta before, Bardia Shiraz, who's the producer at Fox Sports, Just the network here is incredible, and the connections I'm able to make here, including my mentor and champ, Jen Lawson, has been amazing, and they've really helped me to where I am now and have given me amazing references when applying for different companies.
Yeah, give it a year or two, you'll be on that list yourself.
I hope so.
I think we all hope so. You're amazing. But at Seton Hall, you've worked as a reporter, copy editor, and social media editor, mostly for the Setonian. I know a few other things as well. How do those roles push you forward? How is that developing your career?
Well, again, CHDCM is incredible, and being involved on campus has been really important to me. And I think starting with things like the Setonian, I've gotten to really hone in my reporting skills and really learn how to interview and research and all those good things and get my byline out there. So people say, okay, what's an example of Jackie Littlewinski's work? They can find it and they know that I am a strong writer and all that good stuff. But I think that really led me into Center for Sports Media. From that kind of work, they knew that I would hopefully be a good candidate for things like Pirates in the Field and working at ESPN. And they've given me, again, incredible opportunities. But in addition to being on the reporter side, I think for being president of PRSSA here on campus has really taught me that kind of leadership role and working with a great team of students. And then learning those foundational skills, like what I needed for ESPN as their comms intern. So writing a press release, building media lists, doing all those things. Because in PRSSA we represent real clients that are working for real companies. So we're answering to them and what their needs are, and that's exactly what you'd be doing in the real world. So that experience and the Center for Sports Media have been really foundational for me here.
How do you think your experience with PR and your experience with more traditional media compare to each other? You know, PR is a little more client-based, right? So what does that look like in comparison?
No, definitely. I feel like with PR, I'm pitching to journalists and saying, can you take this story? Meanwhile, as a reporter, I'm writing the story. So it's a really kind of different relationship, but they work together, right? So I feel like PR, I'm doing the more, you don't really see my work, but I'm doing it behind the scenes. And being a reporter, you're seeing the videos I'm editing or you're seeing the writing I'm putting out there. So they do work in tandem a lot of the times, from day to day, but they're very different. But I think the main goal of each is that storytelling and getting that message across that the person wants. If I'm reporting, it's me and what I'm trying to do in my publication. But for PR, it's different because you're helping another organization, individual, get out there what they want. So at the end of the day, I think it's all about that storytelling aspect.
Yeah. If I'm fortunate, I'm you 4 years ago. I will hopefully be you in 4 years.
I appreciate that.
But I feel like a lot of people ahead of me, their advice is always learn the PR side of it to get into the media side of it. Right. How true do you think that is? How much do you think that PR background led you to the journalistic side?
Yeah, I think there's lots of ways to get into media, and I think the comms background is great in learning how to just deal with people in general and kind of build those people skills, be in an office kind of thing. I think PR is kind of more traditional, sometimes in the office kind of doing that work. But I think things like building a media list, that's research, right? So I think that's pretty great experience at the end of the day. And a lot of times with PR too, you never know what your responsibilities could look like. I mean, at ESPN, I was doing graphic design too, and helping post to Twitter, or X, I should say. But I think with that, being versatile and having the capability to do multiple things like social media really helps. And you could start with reporting or doing whatever. Those have great foundational skills too. But for me, PR, it was you're going to be doing a little bit of everything. And you're going to be that jack of all trades. And that was really helpful for me.
All right. File that away. One of the most important things on your resume, or at least one of my favorite things about your resume, is this last February you worked in Milan Cortina. You worked for NBC and the Olympic Games. Tell us a little bit about what that experience was like. Yeah,
working on Milan Cortina was the dream job. My cousin is an Olympian. So
really?
Yeah.
For what?
She threw the javelin in the 1968 Mexico City
cool.
Olympics.
I'm gonna call my sister about that. She threw jav.
Yeah. Oh, really? Amazing. So that was really important to our family. And a lot of the times the Summer Olympics aligned with my birthday the past couple games. So just a special moment for all of us kind of getting together and watching. But to be part of a sporting event that unites people through sport and showcases the athletes that are my heroes has been really amazing to be part of that behind the scenes. Working in production was totally new for me. but I got to bring those storytelling skills from PR, from journalism into the fray. I think my team really valued that and saw that I would be a contributor. I got great feedback from them, and NBC and Stanford had all of these amazing things every day. Like they would bring in food trucks and things like that for us, and they gave me my medal for being, I guess, hopefully a good employee.
I know, that's what I'm jealous of. I don't have the records for a medal, but I wish I did.
Yeah, great souvenir from my time there for sure, and I will be wearing it as much as I can.
Absolutely, brag about it.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just a really special time. 3 weeks of madness for sure, but my team was so supportive, and I got to work on some great behind-the-scenes segments of what was going on there. I got to work on a segment about a Make-A-Wish grantee and how they got to go to the Olympics, and
cool.
It was an amazing kind of thing to get to put my name on. So things like that were really special to me.
Wow, yeah. On that topic of what we've done, can you give us some other highlights from your very early career and what you've done so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've touched on ESPN, and that was really my first big PR internship, or my first big internship in media in general. And I think for that, it's a little intimidating, stepping into this huge role at the worldwide leader in sports. But because of the kind of connections I talked about before, like Bob Lee, for example, I felt so comfortable going in. And our executive director of the Center for Sports Media here, BJ Schechter, was so supportive of me and really encouraged me that I had what it took to be there. And it was really fun. I mean, again, working on all different facets of communications. The graphic design aspect, social media. I was writing behind the scenes articles for their Front Row site, which I didn't expect, and interviewing, all-star commentators, which was super fun and great experience for me. But being able to be at a Liberty versus Fever game, I love WNBA, so that was a huge moment for me. Going to the NBA draft, I mean, those are once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
The NBA draft?
Yeah, I was right in Brooklyn, so I had to go from Connecticut to Brooklyn for that when I'm so close here, which was funny, but it was so much fun. I was standing for 7 hours, but it was so worth it to be there.
7 hours of standing if I'm at the NBA draft.
Very worth it. So just being in those moments, seeing athletes and kind of talent like Stephen A. Smith, in those situations, I was just grateful to be there and be on set, be in that environment.
How do you carry yourself with that? You mentioned the Indiana Fever and the NBA in general. When you're at something like a Fever game, Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the Fever, she's the face of the WNBA.
Right.
How do you handle the imposing factor of being around these people?
You fake it till you make it. I was trying to play it cool, but you're seeing players like Stewie on the court, at Barclays Center, my first time there actually, so that was just really amazing for me. And just knowing that I had done my research, that I had put in the time and the work to be there and just be a part of that massive people and all the people who are working. A lot of them I'm sure were starting off kind of fresh too. I probably wasn't the only person just starting out, in this kind of field there. I just reminded myself that we're all learning and that I was going to hopefully pursue this in the future, and this was a amazing starting point.
What has been your biggest hurdle to where you are and getting as far as somewhere like the Olympics?
Yeah, I think there's always that degree of nervousness. What if I can't...
A little bit of imposter syndrome?
Yeah, what if I don't have what it takes to be here? Or what if I'm just making mistakes when I'm there? That was a big thing. I was I know how to do this. However, I think there's always those bit of nerves. And I wanted to be a contributor. I wanted to help as much as I could and not also be overly like that. I didn't want to be overwhelming to my coworkers because I was super excited. But I think they appreciated that more than anything, and they knew that I really wanted to make a difference there and be an intern who stood out in the list of interns they had had.
Yeah, I mean, what a world you live in. Hopefully I
It's
join
incredible.
you soon. I cannot even believe I get to speak to you right now. It's so cool to me. But looking ahead, what does your life look like, right? You're clearly in your career already, but you're also very young. What is the long-term goal here?
Well, I feel like the Olympics was kind of full circle for me. So, LA 28 in 2 years, but they're already prepping over there. It's going to be the biggest Olympics yet. I'd love to be working for NBC again for LA 28. Any of the organizations I've worked for, I'd love to return to, but that would be special for my family as well, I think. but just a career in sports in general, hopefully on the PR side, but I'm really open to many things. I just got that production experience at NBC and I really loved it, so I'm really open to kind of having more experiences, kind of seeing where it takes me, and hopefully ending up in this sports world that I've really grew to love over these past couple years.
Would you be interested in working like for a team directly, and like what do you think that would differ from what you're doing now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've been on the TV side of things and on their coverage of these teams, but I think working on the team itself would kind of give me like the ground up kind of experience, because I'd be seeing what is actually happening while I'm on the other side, helping to put it on TV or communicate the messages from that TV kind of broadcasting. I think it would be a great second kind of foray into sports PR and sports communications.
Like a real fork in the road for you there.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great addition to the experience I've gotten so far.
All right, well, Jackie, we are kind of reaching the end here, but is there anything real quick you'd like to add before we wrap this up? I love everyone here. I'm super grateful for this community, and I'm super excited to meet with even more alums and people who are connected with the school and just continue to grow my career in sports. Wow, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us and sharing with us today. That is all for tonight's edition of Campus Nightly. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Evangeline Rindone, and we'll see you next time. Good night.